back. This is in front of Channel 2 News. This is all their vehicles here. Very nice cars. Look at that. Look at that. Very nice, expensive cars. We're here to support the Allen's family. You guys will give me a 1 for audio and video, please. Welcome, Karen. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We're back at it to the second news station of the day. See Hennessy, thank you for tuning in again. Standing Tall, thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for coming back. Karen, E-Man, thank you. Angry Hung Guy, but look, I'm tripping. Mark, F, Sunshine, Karen. Oh, Sunshine Mendoza, wow. Hello. SJD News, thank you for tuning in. We're here to Joko. We're back again to support the Allen's family. I didn't say the Adams family. Chase Allen and his family. We're here in front of Channel 2 News. I see you. Thank you, Sunshine. STC Media. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. All right, so we're back here to support Allen family, and again, if you guys haven't seen the story, I'm pretty sure you guys have. I've got a lot of videos on my YouTube channel. Body camera release, and yeah, we're gonna this police killing has to stop. Has to stop big time. You know, they're killing people just because they fear for their life. Because not fear, they're just because they're cowards. Point and simple, cowards. They're too easy to shoot. Too easy to shoot. Again, the gun was never in front of him, never on his hands, never whatsoever. So yeah, it's a big murder, and they're gonna try to cover it up like they always do. So we're gonna go ask some questions. Let's go read some signs really quick. We're here in downtown Salt Lake. So again, Saturday, right? At 1 o'clock, meet at the post office in Farmington.
That's right.
If anyone wants to join us, we're gonna have a rally, right?
We're gonna have a rally.
Yeah, okay.
Right there, and then we're gonna break up and go to the PD and probably over to Farmington Station. for a little bit.
So for the people that are just tuning in to my channel, you want to talk a little bit? You want to say some stuff? Let them know what's going on, why we are here.
Oh yeah, sure. So we're out here in support and to try to raise public awareness of the murder of 25-year-old Chase Allen from Farmington. He's born and raised in Farmington. He's a hometown boy. The police knew who he was. They knew him. They had encounters with him previously over his position and his family's position on and about the law. They had a differing understanding of what the law was. He wasn't hurting anybody driving with a license plate that the police didn't agree with. They should have simply gave him a ticket and went on their way. But no, they harassed him at the post office, called in other officers, and then shot him to death over a license plate issue. I don't know about you, but I never ever heard of excessive force being used for a license plate issue, ever. I mean, there's no justification for that whatsoever.
Yeah.
So shame on you, Farmington police. Shame on all of the people that are giving us a hard time about, the media specifically writing disparaging remarks about the victim, trying to imply in some fashion that he is at fault for his own death because his understanding of law, the real law, was different than what the police have been conditioned to accept. And the fact that he had a different understanding of it, he wasn't hurting anyone, he wasn't breaking a law, he wasn't physically injuring.
My audio's not bad because it's so windy.
Crazy wind.
Yes.
Blow my hat away, I don't want to lose my hat.
Woo! We're gonna fly away.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, nothing about him, what he was doing, driving with a non-standard license plate, had anything to do with the fact that they used excessive force against him. There's no justification for that whatsoever. He wasn't threatening anyone, he wasn't hurting anybody. It was a dispute, a political dispute, and they shot him over it. That's appalling.
Oh my gosh.
And here in the United States, we're supposed to have due process. The Utah Constitution, Article 1, inherent rights of the people. I think it's section 27, 22, something like that, where it talks about due process, life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. They didn't execute due process on him. They were the judge, the jury, and the executioner. And I don't know about you, but that's appalling. And that's not the founders' wish. That's not the design of our constitutional framework of government. We don't live in a democracy, we live in a republic, a constitutional republic made of laws. And the real law is natural law, not the codes and the statutes and the rules made up by the corporation of the state of Utah or the city of whatever. Those are not law. Those are corporate bylaws. Those are corporate guidelines. Those pertain to the people that work for the government. They don't pertain to we the people, free inhabitants on the land. And the problem is we the people have been conditioned to accept that because the police say, oh yeah, this is a law, and we believe that. But that's not the truth. I have a whole stack of Supreme Court and other court cases affirming the right of Americans to travel freely throughout the country, from state to state, without papers. Without papers. That means no license, that means no registration, that means nothing. When you're traveling from point A to point B, not in commerce, you're traveling as a free inhabitant. You are not required to have any of those things. Now, if you're working in commerce, yes. If you're driving for your work or you're going here and there or whatever, yes. A license plate, a license, and insurance, all those things apply because you're in commerce. And those requirements apply to commerce and corporations. But me, as a single woman living on the land, no. If I'm traveling from my house to Jose's house, traveling in my personal conveyance, no, that doesn't apply to me. Those are not laws that apply to me. They apply to the corporation citizens, the people that work for the corporation. And unfortunately, we the people have been conditioned to accept this blindly. We don't understand law. We don't understand the foundation of our country and the laws thereof. And I'd say that you need to really, whoever's watching this video, Get out the books. Time to start reading. Reading is reading, as Kirk Pendergrass says. Get your books out. The Law of Nations by E. Vattel, Emerald Vattel. That one, the Constitution of the United States, the Declaration of Independence, where they literally listed out the tyranny that the people were experiencing, the colonists were experiencing, and we're experiencing those very same things again today. They look a little different because our clothes are different, but it's the same tyranny. It's the same oppressive tyranny.
Good news is not going to give us cover.
Another book that is really good is The Fruit of the Poisonous Tree by, I don't remember the guy's name.
Fox is the one I hate.
And The Arrest and False Imprisonment by Charles Weisman. Those are law. They describe what the law is and how we fit into that, and why our form of reference with respect to understanding what law really is has been abused and distorted. Anyway, thanks, Jose, for asking me. I appreciate that.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask you, when on the video, when Chase actually gave the officer his passport, that right there, isn't that pretty much identifying himself?
He did identify himself.
Do you think right there he should have just wrote him a ticket, de-escalate everything, and turn around, give him the ticket, and let him deal with it in court?
Absolutely.
Why do you think they didn't do that? Why do you think they escalated everything?
Well, that's an excellent question. And as we discussed amongst ourselves, my team and stuff, we talked about the fact that his family was suing the very same people that killed him in federal court for abuse of power. Now, did you get that? The people that his family is suing in federal court are the ones that killed him. You know, we're way past intimidating a witness. They literally murdered a witness to intimidate the mother. And if you think I'm kidding, go read the court case yourself. Go read the court documents yourself.
I know last time that I was in Farmington and I was standing in a corner, I had a few people come down and talk to us. They didn't want to be on camera and everything because they fear for retaliation by the police. And
that's a justified fear.
Yeah, a lot of people were coming up to me and telling me, Farmington police harass a lot of young people. They treat them bad. They constantly target someone. When they target someone, they will constantly stop them for the tiniest little thing and harass them. And have you heard of that stuff too?
Well, I mean, we saw it with Chase. You know, they've had interactions with the police, the Farmington police in court, and they've been stopped. He and his family have been stopped numerous times for this license plate issue, being hassled and harassed, given tickets and things like that. And they lost in court, or they're losing in court. Some of the tickets have been settled, whatever. It's like, really, these are the only 2-3 people in the whole city that are doing anything? You have to follow these guys around just to give them a ticket? I mean, seriously? Do you not have anything other work to do? Farmington police? There's nothing else going on in your town that really warrants your attention? You have to harass people living there? The whole thing of it is appalling. And the fact that young people feel that they're being targeted by the police for minor issues, this points to a problem that we have, that the corporations that are in charge of Utah and of the United States, they have literally taken over we the people, and they consider themselves above us instead of we being above the government. The government is below the people.
Wow.
And the media is complicit. The media is complicit with their covering up of murder, trying to parse this story that the victim somehow, it was his fault that he's dead. That's ludicrous. And if that was my child, I wouldn't buy that for a minute. In fact, I don't know one person in any of the people that I've talked to, hundreds of people, that think that what the police did was reasonable. Not one person. When they hear the whole story.
Yeah.
Now, we're doing their best job and trying to, protect the city and defend the city. And for the most part, I respect that. I do. I respect law enforcement. But I know what the law is. The real law. What they're doing is not law. It's code enforcement. And we're not beholden to that code. As long as we're not hurting anyone, causing damage, stealing from people, that's the law. That's the natural law. some of these things make civilization possible and orderly and civil. And granted, we should really try to abide by some of these things, but they're not absolutes like the law is. The law is an absolute. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not steal or covet other people's things. Those are the law. And then when you look into the law of nations by Eva Tell, he goes in to describe how nations and countries are supposed to inculcate human rights into the law. And they go into great detail about that. So there's plenty of information available to we the people to learn what our natural rights are in a more, more academic manner, perhaps, But we're not taught any of that. We're taught to accept, these code enforcer guys, these people driving around in red, black, and white cars, that doing code enforcement, that they're the absolute law, and that is not the case at all. And now we are in a situation where Chase is murdered. That's a law. Thou shalt not murder is breaking the law. And if you watch the video, it's very clear he never pointed a weapon at police. Having a firearm on you or in your vehicle is not against the law. He didn't brandish it. He didn't show it to anyone. He didn't threaten anyone. He was very respectful to police officers that were literally running over every word he said.
Yeah, they were talking over him.
Refused to listen to him or to even consider his point of view. Then, you know what? They're at an impasse. They're not going to argue it out on the side of the street. Give them a ticket and go. Now they're all embroiled in a police shooting investigation. And you know what? You may get off on this because that's what the media and the government is going to do for you. But you're never going to get past the fact and the knowledge that you murdered an innocent man in cold blood. I hope that stays with you for the rest of your lives and that it eats away at you. I sincerely do. I know, I'm a Christian. We're supposed to forgive those who have hurt others. But I can tell you, I'll probably take this to my dying day. I'll not forgive you. What you did is unforgivable. And the Lord, thank God, He can forgive you. I don't have to. And I'm going to advocate every minute of my life to making sure you guys pay in some fashion. And it may not be going to jail. You may be walking the streets or maybe doing this and that. We'll come after you financially. It's all good to me. I'm okay with that. You took this young man's life. You took his mom's her son. You took her son. She's my friend.
They knew who they had.
That's unconscionable. And I'll never forgive you for that. And the community should never forgive them. The people, cities that are hiring police officers that do not exercise discernment and understanding of actual law, they don't belong to be police officers. And the only way we're going to get these cities and community attention is to go after them financially. And we're coming for you, Farmington. I hope that you've played around with this long enough because Chase is not the first of your Farmington citizens that's been murdered by the police and you're looking the other way. But he's going to be the last. I can guarantee that. We're coming after Farmington and we're coming after all the cities where the police have taken a heavy hand and are executing justice on the scene instead of using the due process that the Constitution advocates. We won't stand for it. We're not going to stand for it anymore.
Can you just tell me a little bit about Chase?
Chase, he's a 25-year-old. He was a college graduate, and he was the last 2 years studying law, and the real law, not the made-up law that they're taught. The bar association teaches lawyers today. He was learning what the founders knew about law and how they created the framework of the Constitution, the framework of our government, and the idea that we the people are over the government. And government shouldn't be messing with the people at all, except in cases of murder or damage or theft or something like that, which are real laws, God's law. These codes where every waking moment of our day is somehow now against their perceived idea of a law. Everything we do, we walk across the street wrong, you stuck on a crack wrong, you drop a piece of paper on the ground, you're breaking laws everywhere. Every moment of our day now is filled with the fact that we can't do anything without being in trouble for something. And that is oppression, my friends. That is absolute despotic oppression. And that is not the world that the founders created for us. And that's not what God intended for us. Jesus came to save us from our sin and that we would have life and have it more abundantly. This is not abundant life. Living under tyranny is not abundance.
I heard in one of the news that they said that Chase was going to a law degree, right? Going to school, studying for law because he wanted to help his community with civil rights.
I don't believe he was going to college for law because they don't teach the real law in college.
Oh.
Look at all the attorneys that we have on here. They have
Yeah.
no comprehension of law. They use cases. That's all they do is cases, case precedent. They don't use the actual law. And whenever we go to court, we the people go to court with the real law, we win. Because we do know the law. So Chase was studying the real law, yes, over the last 2 years. And he met with some of my people, friends of mine that teach the Constitution and teach the Bill of Rights, teach the Declaration of Independence, teach the Law of Nations, teach the actual law. So he's been studying a lot of that, and he was very well checked out and understanding of all of that. And he had wisdom of ages, really. For such a young man, 25 years old, he had an amazing understanding of these concepts. But then really, the real law is actually very simple. Don't tyrannize others, don't take their things, don't hurt them. It all stems from those three things. You know?
Yeah. All right, well, thank you. Appreciate
you.
it. And
Appreciate
again,
you.
so Saturday at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock at the post office in Farmington. We're going to meet up there. We're going to do a little bit of a rally there. Then we'll probably break off and visit a couple other areas. So
Okay.
reach more people.
All right.
Thank you.
Sounds
Jose.
good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm too bashful to be in front of your camera.
Yeah, bashful.
So ask me, why are you out here today?
I'm here to record you.
Oh, really? Keep recording because you never know.
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed, if you got people, are you live right
Yeah.
now? Well, the Channel 2 News van came by and they wouldn't even look at us. They would not turn their head. And I was going like this, trying to get their attention. They could care less. Because why? Because it's against them.
Yeah.
And just let me tell your viewers, it's on there right now. If you haven't already been told, it took them 4 minutes to pull up behind them and kill him. 4 minutes. And in Salt Lake City, the response time is 16 minutes. In Salt Lake City to come to a call. And in 4 minutes, they had 5 police officers there. And you guys that watch these videos know that it doesn't happen that quick. The other thing is that the kid never pointed his gun. In fact, I found out from his mother that he took his gun and he would put it between the console and his seat. So when you see the gun in any of the films or anything, they pulled it out there. Because when the sergeant went into the car, he was going to unbuckle the young man, and he saw the gun, and that's when he went gun, gun, gun. Remember, he never pointed that gun at anybody. And they had no right to pull him out of his car, because in Pennsylvania versus Mims, it tells you they only can do that if they have probable cause that he's in danger to them. And when you watch the back and forth, the guy is real sarcastic when he reads his name, and he tells them, this is going to be 100% your fault, whatever way it goes. That was rehearsed. There's nobody that can tell me that all this wasn't rehearsed, because when he first makes contact with him and he says, I'm not going to answer any questions, he takes his thing and goes, send me a few more. It was already rehearsed. They were around the corner waiting just to come out and murder this kid. And then for the news media, which really pisses me off, is the fact that they keep bringing up his mother's a sovereign citizen and he's a sovereign citizen. I don't really care. Who cares? We have the right to be whatever we want to be. And it doesn't give them the right because you have a gun in your car to kill you. That's what this is all about. That's why we're standing out here. So that's just my few words about, for those that are listening and want to know what's going on. It was a young man, 25 years of age. He had spent 2 years already in law. He knew what he was talking about. And I've been in contact with his mom, and she's a wonderful person. And it's a terrible thing that happened. And we have to start doing this on every shooting that the police do. Because another thing is this, for all the viewers. We have to get rid of internal affairs. Because every shooting is comical because they go, oh, it was within policy. And that's bull crap. It's not within policy. They're just covering their ass. And the other thing is, there is an organization, I don't know anything about them, I haven't looked into them, which is called, it's about an organization to end qualified immunity. We have to get rid of that too. Just like doctors, they need to get their own damn insurance out of their pocket. And go ahead, in California, if you're listening, check out the salaries of these police officers. They're way overpaid, way overpaid. So that's all I wanted to say right now, Jose.
And then a lot of people are asking, what do you think about the footage of the officer or sergeant that was leaning into the car? What do you think? You think they're gonna bring that out?
No, they never did show the footage of him leaning across to undo the seatbelt. That's when he looked down, his gun was right there. Because I found out that they told him in the post office not to bring his gun in. So being a good citizen, he would put it between the seat and the console. And they pulled that gun out so that they could show there was a gun in the car. So that tells you that he never pointed his gun. There's no they can look from here to now, and the only way that that gun is going to be produced that they pointed at him is if they make up a film with somebody acting as him pointing the gun, because he never pointed the gun. That wasn't this kid's way. He was quiet in demeanor. Everybody loved this kid, and everybody says he would do anything to help anybody. They murdered him. That's all this is.
So someone asking in here, commenting here saying, why didn't he just get out of the car? What do you have to say to that?
He doesn't have to get out of the car. Would you get out of the car within 4 minutes? You were surrounded by 5 police officers that, look, the police were afraid. The only reason why they could take him out of the car, which they couldn't because there was no probable cause that he was a threat. You remember that. These cowards had a gun, they had a bulletproof vest, they have spray, they have handcuffs, they have a knife to cut seatbelts with, they have a taser. What were they afraid of? And why did they use the spray if their butt was that hurt? Or why didn't they use the taser? You go right to a gun? That's what they're teaching them in the academy. They had no probable cause. This police department is so guilty. I have no sympathy for any of these police officers. Every one of them need to go to jail. They're all culpable, because if you rob a bank, if you have somebody that's on a bank robber and one of your buddies that is with you to rob a bank and they shoot the security guard on the way out, everybody's charged with murder. So I don't have any sympathy for any of these police officers. They're thugs. They're a gang. That's exactly what they are. And if you want to talk about sovereign citizens, it's those police. They're above the law. Any other questions?
Not yet, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your answerings, your questions, your feelings, your everything. I think you're right on, though. It's true. You don't have to get out of the car just because the cop says get out of the car.
I think most people that are watching live already know that you don't have to answer any questions. That's your Fifth Amendment right. And he didn't have to give him any of his papers either, as he said. If you look up,
But he did, right?
I have 10 pages of laws that you don't need a driver's. You know what? This is something everybody here is watching. You don't need a driver's license. You don't need a license on your car. They're just screwing us out of money. That's all it's about. And they're not going to tell you. But the Supreme Court already said it's not a privilege to drive like you learn in driver's training. You have the right to travel by God.
And then,
And any right that you have, they can't tax. They can't make a law against it. And yet you got to pay a driver's license fee and for your license on your car. I hope everybody says screw driver's license.
his door was always, it was locked all the time. They opened it. They opened the door, huh?
Yeah, they violated.
So the door was locked.
They violated his civil rights when they did that, because they had no reason to do that.
Because before they saw the gun, they were already pulling him out, right?
Yeah, and they had no reason. Why? Why were they pulling? Was he aggressive? He was asserting his rights with calm demeanor, and he was quoting the laws to him. That cop goes, "Oh, y'all listen." He interrupted everything that he said. He was unhinged, already planned. This was premeditated murder. I want that to sink into everybody. They planned this way in advance. Why? Why do I say that? Because the mother took out a federal lawsuit against the police police officer that pulled her over and against the police chief. And if you watch the videos, the police chief shows right up down the street. He comes right to the murder scene.
I'm a newbie.
Oh, you're one of us? Oh, good.
Oh, hi. I'm Jose. How
finally
are
made
you?
it.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Amber?
Hi, Amber.
She has a new YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Amber, I like you a lot then. I'm just a troublemaker.
I saw.
Yeah. Oh, you see
I
me?
like troublemakers.
Oh, you see me giving hell to people before?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'm subscribed to you.
Oh, are you really? Well, thank you.
Yes.
I don't do any. I don't like doing any of that work. I don't like doing this. You know. What
He
I
likes
do-
doing the all the law stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
to.
That's what he's doing.
And I'll protect you too. So if you want to do a federal
Camera's
lawsuit,
not working.
Oh, no.
Brand new. It's upside
Amber,
down. I'm
if you want to do a federal lawsuit,
Mhm.
I'll help you. Because we tell police, you keep screwing with me. I got something else for you to copy and give them.
Oh my God, this wind is crazy. It's crazy. So, what is the name of your YouTube channel?
Miss Nanya Audit.
Miss Nanya Audit?
Yes.
Miss Nanya Audit.
Yes.
If anyone in the chat could bring up her YouTube channel and put it in the chat so everyone could subscribe to it. One more time.
Miss Nanya Audit.
Miss Nanya Audit.
So it's MS Nanya Audits.
Yeah, there it
Nanya
is.
Business.
That's a good one.
Nanya. Nanya.
Nanya.
Can I take a video of your
come
sign?
here.
Huh? Your sign here. If I can hold on to it, I feel like that's the wind. It's crazy.
Alright, I'm gonna take a walk. Oh, you can't find her? Oh man. Yeah, usually when they have no no videos or anything like that, you can't find them. They unless you have the link to it. So I'll put the link on. I know I had a lot of people has hit me up lately that they want to come out and cop watch and start auditing. So people here in Utah are starting to come up. So I'm so happy to continue to help. So she hit me up, I think a week ago, and then I know there's another guy that wants to come out. I don't want to say his name yet until he decides to come out, and then yeah, a few people. So hopefully soon I will have a gang of people coming out with me.
Well, thank you. It's because I used to do a lot of exercise. The thing is that those all the doctors do. So the cops always go, "Oh, what are you doing?" Well,
Oh my gosh,
I
yes.
like to say, "Hey, dumbass." I have
Standing tall is Miss Nanya Audis.
And do you have a doctor's degree? No, no, I'm saying that the top. Do you have a
National Audits, I can't wait to get together with you too.
I like to be cordial. I like to be cordial. I'm not going to get up.
Remain silent. Thank you for tuning in. Desert Rose, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Let's go take a walk and see through the window of the Channel 2 news. I wonder if they're gonna come out and report it. There's people out here. Let's go check out their cars. It's so cold that I need to go to the restroom. Hey Chris, what's up? All right, Chris, let me see if I can get my phone. goes one reporter. Hey Chris, we could do it for another day if you want, or if you want to come up and join us on Saturday afternoon. Um, yeah, I only have like 2 hours of sleep. You can't see anything in there. Joey, thank you for coming in, buddy. Saw you earlier, but I know she was talking when you came out. This is their vehicles. So at the same time that I'm doing an audit. Ex-bootlegger, welcome. If I missed anyone, I apologize. Thank you for tuning in. Look how nice they are. This one's a little bit older, but this one, I wonder who gets to drive on this one. It's a nice one. Windows are so dirty you can't see through. And I can even move this, zoom in and zoom out, that my fingers are frozen. Freezing cold right here. All right, expert liquor. I'll go right now. Oh my God. That is so good to have people come, wanting to come out here in Utah. It's been a long time that we had anyone new come out. Standing tall. He's up there in Utah County. He's doing a hell of a job over there. Having those pigs over there on that side on check. Mushroom, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Miss Nanya, people want you to spell out your YouTube name.
Oh, okay. It's MS period NUNYA audits.
Remain silent. Thank you for tuning in. I know you've been in the chat for a while. I just kept missing your name.
Wait, Mr. Copwatch, Utah Copwatch.
Mr. Utah Cop Watch. Yep. I'm glad that you got a hold of me that you want to start doing this.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Me too. It just felt right. It was the right time, I think.
Yeah. And then right now, since what's going on right now, I think this is very important that we put eyes on all of this. You know, because we all know where this is going. They're gonna say that we're within policy. You know, it was justified. You know, that's where it's going. You know, we're not surprised of that. You know, because every cop. A lot of cops get away with murder,
Yes.
you know, but they're calling us, the people, sovereign citizens because we exercise our right,
Yeah.
and they're the one that get away with murder. If I murder someone, I'm not gonna get away with it.
No.
You know, if anyone else murders someone, they're not gonna get away with it. If me and my friends shoot down one person, we're not gonna get away with it. You know, then who's the sovereign citizen? They are. You know?
Actually, that is the very definition of a sovereign citizen.
Yeah.
It's someone in authority that can break the laws and basically get away with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what it actually says, but it basically does say that.
Yeah, and see, and the media has it backwards.
They do.
They have it backwards.
And some American citizens have it backwards
As well. Yeah. Why? Because they're following. They're sheeps. They're following everything the government is saying and everything the media is saying. They cannot. They're too lazy to educate themselves and go out there. Let's walk over there. Educate themselves and you know and learn the laws, everything. And they're too lazy for that. So they just go by what. Well, the government said this is against the law, and that's it. You know. That's it, you know, and that's what people need to understand, that they need to go out there and educate themselves too. You know, I'm not a smart guy, you know, I'm actually a dummy, but I could back myself up if someone tries to do something to me like that. But you know,
You're not a dummy.
And thanks. And just people, they're sheeps. They're just following orders. Just obey. Just get out of the car. No,
Exactly.
no.
Ignorant.
I'm not gonna get
That's
out.
what
I wouldn't get out of the car. You know, I would have done the same thing. I would have stayed in there. I would have served my rights. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? You know, and then we have piggies like this that they think they're above the law.
Because they've gotten away with it multiple times before.
Yeah. He's probably saying, "Is that Utah Cop Watch?" That's why he was staring over here. He's probably saying, "Is that Utah Cop Watch?"
Probably trying to figure out who the new girl is. They're like, ah, shit, they're growing.
They're getting big. They're getting big. We're gonna have more
Getting bigger.
cameras.
What's going on?
Yeah, we need more cameras on them. All right. Standing tall. Yup, 100. Tipinogas, what's up? What's up? How are you? I saw you in the chat earlier. %100 agree.
It's like when those security guards came up to us. He started telling us stuff, and he goes, he just looked around and the look on his face was like,
So Saturday will be a lot more people, a lot more bigger crowd, you know. People have to work and everything, so yeah. But what we wanted to do today is put all this in front of the media, in front of their doorsteps. We wanted to show people around the city what Turn that around, upside down. Well, voltealo.
Yeah, what happened to the de-escalation training?
No
Well,
escalation whatsoever. 4
Turn
minutes
it
and
around
he's
so I
dead.
can see it.
Oh, this?
The other one, yeah. So I can put it on.
Okay. It's not good handwriting. I just wrote it down so that if the news media came out and said, "What are you talking about?" Well, this is the stuff you didn't even talk about in any of your stories.
I want to copy that.
This is, we didn't get anybody from the news media to come out and talk to us, right? Because it's negative to them. They don't want to report
I asked them
anything
to
wrong.
come out.
Yeah.
They want to talk.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna get out of here. We've been here for what? How long have we been here? Oh, we've been here 46 minutes. So, hey Al, how are you? Thank you for tuning in. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Mushroom, appreciate that donation, man. Thank you. Everyone that I miss, I apologize. Thank you for tuning in. It means a lot to me. Thank you for the support. And we're going to continue to support this family. I'm pretty sure this is going, the way it's going, it's already going to, it looks like they're going to say it's justified. Because every shooting the police do is justified. It's justified. A lot of people saying, well, why did he have a gun in the car? It's like, how free are you if you're scared to walk with your own gun? How free are we? I'm a concealed carrier and I don't carry my gun when I go out, when I go cop watch, when I go do anything, when I walk around. I don't carry it. Why? Because I don't want to end up being murdered by a cop because he thought that for whatever reason that he thought I was gonna put it on him or something. Oh my God. Desert Rose, thank you for your support. You've always been there. Yeah, this one is crazy. I'm gonna cut this live stream, guys. If we decide to go to another news station, we'll I think I know there's a bigger one down in Salt Lake City, but I don't know. It's just too cold, windy. I don't even know if how good is the audio from all this wind. But baby girl Wendy, thank you for tuning in. But please share that story. Share his story. Share. I got a bunch of videos on my channel. You all welcome to share them. Welcome to do whatever you want with my videos. Yeah, we gotta help this family out. Again, thank you so much. Love you guys. Stay safe. Utah